Hello, this is Charlie Brown with Keller Williams Realty. And we have a special guest with us today who I will have him introduce himself here in just a moment. But we are entering that time of year where really the best of people will come out. And we start turning our hearts and our minds to those around us. And we start thinking about how we can get involved and what we can do to lift others up. And 2020 has been a super interesting year for so many reasons. And many of us are isolated and have been isolated. And but some demographics, some people have maybe felt that isolation and had a harder year than others, than most. And this is the time of year that I was thinking, man, how could we make an impact and really do something to help those in need? And Adrian here happens to be an owner of a few facilities that I will have him talk about. And we wanted to partner up and see what we can do to have some community outreach. So Adrian, go ahead, tell me a little bit about you, what you do.
Sure. Adrian Hewitt. I'm one of the owners of Mayberry Gardens Assisted Living and Memory Care Homes. We take care of seniors who cannot take care of themselves and who can't live safely in their homes. And so as you can imagine, this has been a really tough year for the seniors in our assisted living communities. Since COVID hit, many of them have been basically locked in their homes and their apartments and their rooms. They've not been able up until recently to have visitors. The CDC is recommending that they don't leave their facilities, they don't have Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners with their families, and that they play it really safe. So it's going to be a difficult holiday season for a lot of seniors in assisted living and memory care homes.
And yesterday when we were briefly talking, you had mentioned that normally at this time of year, there's been a lot of groups and community outreach and churches and schools that reach out wanting to volunteer and see what they can do. But have you had that response this year so far?
Yeah, it's funny. Yesterday when you called, I had been thinking before that we hadn't gotten the response that we have. Prior years were getting schools and churches and individuals asking if they can come volunteer and carol and just visit and interact with our residents. But there's a lot of worry about COVID right now. And so I think people are really hesitant to get out and still be involved.
Yeah. And clearly that's where we're at, and that's where we will be during this holiday season. And so we really wanted to do some outreach, see what we could do in talking with Adrian. Adrian, what are some things that you feel would be most impactful, to the individuals living there that might warm their hearts, or something that will just make them smile, make them feel that they're thought of?
Yeah, and that's a great question. And I would suggest that if you live close to an assisted living community or a nursing home, and if you are thinking of doing something or some type of service for others, you keep them in mind, because just some really simple acts could make a big difference for them. You're not going to be able to go into their rooms or go into their homes and visit with them, but there's a lot of opportunities maybe to adopt a senior and decide for the next 30 days to write them a weekly card, send them a picture of your family, drop off some goodies once a week. We can receive those goodies and deliver them to them. You could set up Zoom calls with them. All those little things make a big difference. Hot chocolate baskets or blankets or socks or notes, or just setting up a time to go caroling outside their windows. All those simple things could be really, really inspiring for them and help them get through a difficult time, and just let them know they're not forgotten and that they're loved.
Well, and thank you for saying that, guys. And this is just a great opportunity. I know I've talked to a lot of people that aren't sure how to participate, how to reach out during this time of year. So I know that for us in our group, we are going to start putting together this event and marketing it to where we are hoping to get the community involved. We'll have some drop-off stations, some drop-off times. We are willing to go and distribute these things to the care facilities. Obviously, we can't go and give them out ourselves individually right now, but we can collect, we can gather cards. Please write a card with any gift you want to get, because I think that would be very meaningful. We have some socks here. I think that would be, socks, blankets, as Adrian said, any type of care basket would be really thoughtful. These are the things that we're going to be collecting. So please be on the lookout for that. Reach out to us so that way, if you want to get involved, if you know companies that want to get involved, and we can try to make this as big as possible. This truly is a call to action to the community for some outreach to a population, a demographic that could really use some love after what has been an extremely tough year.
Absolutely. Well said, Charlie.
Okay, well, thank you again, Adrian. We look forward to taking this journey over the next month, and we'll do some follow up and let everyone know how it goes.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, talk to you soon.